On the first day, a young monk named Hiroshi approached the river. He had to cross, but could not swim. The recent storm had washed away the bridge that once served as the safe passage to the other side. Now, the river, deep and fast, instilled a profound fear in him. Hiroshi's heart raced. His breath became shallow as he stood frozen, unable to move closer to the water's edge. As he stood paralyzed by his fear, an old Zen master named Diji, known for his deep wisdom and tranquility, emerged from the nearby trees. He had been sitting in meditation, blending his awareness with the sounds of the rushing river, the rustling leaves, and the distant calls of the mountain birds. Sensing the young monk's distress, the Zen master approached Hiroshi gently and asked, "Why do you stand so still, like the rock beside the river?" Hiroshi, surprised and slightly embarrassed, bowed respectfully and replied, "I must cross, master, but I am afraid. The water is deep and fast, and I cannot swim." Master Diji, with calm and caring eyes, smiled warmly. "The river may be deep and fast, but it is just a river," he said. "Let me show you how to cross." Without hesitation, the Zen master stepped into the river, his movements graceful and deliberate. He turned to Hiroshi and said, "Observe, young monk. One step at a time, feel the river with your feet. Don't think about reaching the other side. Just focus on the step you are taking here and now." Slowly, Hiroshi took a deep breath and followed the Zen master's lead. With each step, he felt the river's cool water against his skin and the firm stones beneath his feet. His anxiety, once as turbulent as the river itself, began to ebb away as he engaged deeply with the present moment, step by step. And so, under the steady guidance of Master Diji, Hiroshi learned the profound lesson. When faced with something frightening, take it one step at a time, just as crossing a river stone by stone. In doing so, he found that his fear, while still present, did not dominate his actions, allowing him to move with grace and purpose. On the second day, as the sun painted golden strokes across the morning sky, a young woman named Yumi approached the river. Her face was a canvas of worry. Her eyes, wide and uncertain, were fixed on the turbulent water before her. She had heard tales of the dangerous current, and fear gripped her heart tightly. Seeing her struggle, Master Diji spoke softly. "What holds you back from crossing, dear child?" Tears welled in Yumi's eyes as she replied, "I need to reach the other side, master. But the river terrifies me. I fear I will be swept away." At that moment, a soft whimper arose from the river's turbulent waters. Turning their eyes towards the sound, they saw a baby dog stranded on a rock in the middle of the river, its tiny frame shivering with cold and fear. Without a word, Master Diji pointed towards the stranded pup. Witnessing the creature's plight, something remarkable happened within Yumi. Her own fear was swiftly eclipsed by a surge of compassion and resolve. She could see, in the eyes of that helpless dog, a reflection of her own fear, and a path beyond it. Without a second thought, Yumi stepped into the river. Each step was steady and sure, as if her previous fear had been but an illusion. The treacherous river that had seemed an insurmountable obstacle just moments before now became a pathway she was determined to navigate. Guided by her newfound purpose, Yumi reached the stranded pup and gently cradled it in her arms. As she made her way back to the riverbank, she realized that her fear had dissolved in the face of her desire to help. Master Diji, witnessing this transformation, smiled warmly and said, "You have learned, Yumi, that when we shift our focus from our own fears to the service of others, our anxieties lose their power over us." With the rescued pup snuggled close to her chest and gratitude in her eyes, Yumi bowed deeply to the Zen master. In that moment, she understood. In helping another, she had also saved herself. On the third day, dark clouds hung low in the sky, and the rain had been falling without cease. The river, once a tranquil flow, had transformed into a roaring and swollen force, its waters murky and relentless. In this tempest, a young man named Kaidid arrived at the riverbank, his face set in a defiant scowl. His eyes were storms themselves, daring the world to stand in his way. With a calm and steady voice, the Zen master warned, "Young man, the river is furious today. It would be wise to wait until the storm passes and the waters calm." Kaiko, his chest puffed with youthful arrogance, scoffed at the master's words. "I have no time for waiting," he declared sharply, "and I fear nothing, not even this river." Ignoring Master Dichi's counsel, Kaito stepped boldly into the churning waters. He believed himself invincible, superior to any threat that nature could muster. Yet the river, swollen with the rains and untamed in its fury, did not yield to Kaito's arrogance. Within moments, the turbulent current overpowered him, and he was swiftly swept away, his cries echoing in the wind as a stark testament to his hubris. The villagers who had gathered gasped, and a sorrowful hush fell upon them. Master Daichi, closing his eyes for a moment in quiet lament, then turned to the villagers. "Our fear," he began, "is not our enemy. It is a messenger, a guardian that signals when danger is near and caution is needed. It exists to protect us, not to paralyze us. We must learn to listen and respect it, just as we respect the forces of nature." As the rain continued to fall, washing away the remnants of Kaido's defiance, the villagers, with solemn faces and open hearts, absorbed the profound truth in Master Daichi's words. In the midst of the storm, they found a profound lesson. That fear, when heeded with wisdom, is a guiding light towards safety and well-being.